So if you're in medical school, you can date with confidence.
I did not say that. I killed myself, basically. I was studying from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. because the place I study at closes at 5 p.m.
She got distinctions in both pathology and pharmacology, two courses most medical students fear, and she's right here with me. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Emega Ako Uche, popularly known as Megas, and I'm a 500 level medical student at UNN.
So can you tell us about your resources, like the textbook you use? Did you attend lectures? Like, is lectures really necessary? Because some students are really confused. Like, what is there any point going for lectures when you still go back and read the bulky stuff? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because since you get decisions now, you are the best position to tell us that lecture necessary or not in med school.
This guy once set me up. So I think there's no definite answer to that. Of course, your lectures are important, but this medical school race is more of yourself. You need to know what works for you. If you can actually even miss the classes, because some places you do some printing and all of that, and you know that if you don't make up a certain percentage, you can't write your exams. I attended lectures, but not all of them, because I said I don't read at night. So if I go for lectures, you check your opportunity cost, forgot alternative, all those things. If I go for lectures from 8 o'clock to 5:30, and you have to be preparing like 6 to go for lectures, if I come back, I'm usually exhausted, so I don't really read per se. So the first question is lectures. Are lectures important? You have to know based on your lecturers, your strengths, your weaknesses. You have to decipher that yourself. But lectures are important because, of course, it makes things easier for you. There are insights lecturers would give that you won't have figured out on your own, and it makes the workload easier, really. Then for textbooks, I didn't use textbooks to study because the slides are sufficient here. The slides are sufficient. They don't ask questions out of what they taught you. I did watch some YouTube videos. I didn't use Patoma and all of that, but people say that they were really helpful. Sketchy, Patoma, I can't remember the rest of them. I watched videos for hematology, acute leukemias. Oh, it gave me problems, so I used NinjaNet to study that, and it made things easier for me. And then for pharmacology, I used videos for some topics, but that was it. The slides were sufficient. If you just know your slides, attend lectures, you're good to go.
How early do you start preparing for your part and farm, and what was your weekly study routine like?
Third MBBS is made up of 2 blocks at UNN here. Of course, different schools have different systems. So in first block, I didn't really start very early to study because I'm engaged in a lot of things, politics, student politics, business, and all of that. In fact, I had an election. I was campaigning for an election then, and I was studying. I attended a tutorial to keep me in check at that time because I knew I was not fully committed to my academics. So I was just following them up with tests and all of that. But it was actually 2 weeks to my exam after the election stuff was over that I locked in. And then it was crazy because, of course, I hadn't started studying on time, and I needed to hit a baseline of at least 70 in all the tests. Of course, you know how distinction works. So I killed myself, basically. I was studying from 7 a.m. From 7 a.m. till it had batches from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. because the place I study at closes at 5 p.m. and then I have a break. Of course, there were breaks in between that 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. like when I eat my food or mini TikTok breaks. But in overall, I was studying a lot, and then I had another one from 6 to 9:30 in the night. Then I sleep. I didn't study at night. But from second block, things had to change. I didn't pull that stunt. I locked in from the very first day after our exams, and I was studying. I don't even know how we're going to calculate the hours now. 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m.
Yes. Yes, but it's not a stretch. I've established that there are breaks in between and all of that. And beginning of second block, I was studying till like 6 actually. Then I would go home and relax. I was watching movies, I was doing other things. But at some point, you know that this is the danger season. They don't share this distinction. You have to put in the work for it. And I don't wake up at night for anything. I wake up by 5 actually. So at some point in second block, I had to re-strategize because we are preparing for both essays and MCQs and all of that. Our steeple chase as well. So I stopped reading at 5 o'clock this kind of study, and I started preparing for essays with a group, a small study group. We were 2, then 3, then 4. It was 4 marks. So I studied from 5:30 to about 9:30. Still the same routine basically.
So I have this question that's been bothering me. Like, is it possible for medical students to combine medical school with relationship without anyone suffering at all, and also get distinction?
Are the 2 people in question in medical school, or just somebody in medical school with a partner? 2 people in medical school.
I have
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Both of them just have to be disciplined and supportive. Because if one person is feeling, oh, you're not giving me all the time, they know they have, oh, your partner is chasing a goal. Both of you are even chasing the goal or something. You have to make sacrifices, and know that it's just a period of time. If so, and everything is over. So I feel like it's possible.
So thank you very much for that one. That means it's possible. So if you're in medical school, you can date with confidence.
I did not say that.
Okay, so this is actually the last question I have for you, and it's actually concerning us. That is, people preparing to write their second MBBS exams. Concerning me, I'm also using Style to Learn too, and I want you to give us general advice for us that are preparing for our MBBS examination.
Okay, so what I have to say is keep your eyes on the mark. Whatever your goal is, if it's just to pass or if it's to make distinctions, ask yourself how bad you want either of them, and it's really going to keep you going. Keep on being consistent. I'm sure you've heard this a lot. Be consistent, be disciplined, ask for guidance, know the best ways to do things, do what works for you. Don't just join the crowd. Okay, don't also stay in isolation. If you know you don't really know what you're doing, just join people, because it really helps more than you think. And in the end, pray. Also pray. What you people say, pray like you haven't been reading, and study like you've not been praying. So that's just it.
So I really appreciate you for coming to this my YouTube channel.
You're welcome.
I'm really happy, and congratulations, ma.
Thank
Please,
you
can
so
you
much.
touch my head so that at least I'll be blessed? Touch my head again.